Punishment may stop a behavior in the moment, you're right, but it does not teach your child what to do differently next time. Instead of asking only, how do I stop this behavior? Ask, what skills does my child need so they can behave differently in the future? That shift moves you from punishment to teaching. Imagine your child draws on the wall. You say, crayons are for paper, let's clean this together, and then you can draw on the paper. As your child helps to clean up, you acknowledge their effort with positive descriptive acknowledgement, PDA. You're cleaning your mess. You're being responsible. When they begin using the paper, again, you acknowledge effort. You're now drawing on the paper, so you won't have to clean the wall again. In this way, you stopped the behavior, repaired the problem, taught the replacement behavior, and acknowledged your child's effort with PDA or PDA+. For more, see the caption. Did you notice the difference there between punishing the child for coloring on the wall and the natural consequences? They color on the wall, the natural consequences, you got to clean it. And in that, you teach them so many important things. Mistakes happen. When you make a mistake, you have to take accountability. Here's how to take accountability. And then we teach them what to do instead. Instead of punishing them, taking the crayons away, they don't learn how to use the crayons appropriately if you take them away or if you send them to their room. This is moving beyond punishment to teaching instead. Next, become a detective. Suppose you want your child to take turns. Well, taking turns requires impulse control, waiting, stopping a preferred activity, managing strong emotions, and even planning what to do when they give up their turn. You may be telling your child to take turns. Have you taught them how? Look beyond the behavior you want to stop. Become curious about the social, emotional, relational, and cognitive skills your child needs instead. Work smarter, not harder, parents. I'm happy to answer your questions about natural consequences. Let's try again. When challenging behavior occurs, you use natural consequence instead of punishment so they can learn what to do instead. When your child dumps water on the floor, you just hand them a towel. Stay calm. The natural outcome is spilling water on the floor, so you have to clean it up. Then you, adult, tie that consequence to what they can do instead. You might say, water needs to stay in a container. Water on the floor is dangerous because someone could slip. Skip the lecture, skip the shaming and blaming. We all make mistakes. Here's an important key, though. You have to offer an alternative your child actually may want. You can pour water into the plastic tub or into your cups. Your child may still need to learn how to control the impulse to spill water or how to accept another option instead of their preferred one. Pro tip, make the options desirable to your child if possible, so they're more likely to accept them. When they're not desirable, you acknowledge, this is kind of a bummer, huh? Compassionate, calm, connected. For you toddler parents or caregivers out there, feel free to use redirection amply. But with preschool-age children and older, you use more direct teaching, involving them more. When a toddler grabs, throws, or lashes out, calmly stop what's unsafe, remove the object, or move the child if necessary. Then offer something appropriate without judgment or shame. You might say gentle hands or something that's safe to throw. Be sure your nonverbal signals are not threatening. That is redirection done well. Now, with your preschool age children and older, you can do more direct teaching. You might walk them through the 4 steps of problem solving or conflict resolution instead of just redirecting. See the caption for the steps. And let me level set expectations for you guys. You're going to have to repeat yourself. Repetition does not mean the strategy is failing. It is how young children learn. There's 4 conditions for learning: focal attention, emotional arousal, repetition, ding, 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 and novelty. All right, detectives, ready? Another important step is noticing what behavior you want repeated. Use positive descriptive acknowledgement instead of praise. You don't want to just say good job. That doesn't describe what you like. You put the block down gently. That describes the behavior you want to see. Or you gave her a turn. You're being friendly. In this way, the child identifies the actions you approve of, and they form an internal narrative. I put the block down gently. I gave her a turn. I am being friendly. They begin to identify themselves with the positive behavior instead of the negative behavior when you're shouting at them, you never listen. And guess what? What children repeatedly hear about themselves can influence what they repeat, how they behave. If they constantly hear you never listen, you never share, that may also become part of how they understand themselves. Notice when your child cooperates, waits, helps, repairs, or tries again. Acknowledge that. That helps them learn what to do instead. Now, when you're trying to teach them what to do instead, timing matters. Teach the skill when your child is calm. Humans have a difficult time learning when they're under stress. Remember the 3 R's. Regulate, relate, and then reason. During a tantrum, regulate first. Use fewer words. Stay close. Breathe slowly and make sure your face, voice, and body display signs of safety, not threat. Say you're having a hard time. You really wanted to push the groceries cart. Then pause. In that way, you help them regulate. Next, to relate. Pushing the cart is fun, huh? And mommy would not let you because she was in a hurry. That was frustrating for you, wasn't it? Pause. Only after the child begins to settle do you move to number 3, reason. What do you think might help you feel better? Or next time, let's leave more time so you can push the cart. Regulate, relate, and reason. And I have great news. You can hold a limit through a tantrum without shaming your child. That's how it goes. If your child wants to continue playing when it's time to come, say, to dinner, you say, you really want to finish your game. I get it. It's so hard to stop. But they're going to stop. Your child's allowed to be upset and the limit can stay in place. Remember that. Just because they got upset didn't mean that they did anything wrong. Acknowledging your child's thoughts and feelings does not mean you're giving in. Compassion does not require you to move the boundary. Both and compassion and compliance. The goal is to remove threats. You're not a threat, you're a safe harbor. Routines can also reduce threats and repeated instructions. Instead of threatening your child through the morning routine, use the same predictable sequence each morning. Get dressed, eat breakfast, brush your teeth, and grab your backpack. You could use a visual schedule. Those are super helpful. Or you can also ask, what comes after brushing your teeth? Or you ate breakfast, what comes next? Open-ended questions instead of directions and corrections. That will promote peace, motivation, and eventually compliance. It's true, even with all these tips, you're still going to yell or punish or react in a way you wish you had not. All you do is repair, because no parent is perfect. When you yell, punish, or react in a way you regret, you just repair. You say, I was angry and I yelled when you did not put your shoes on. I'm sorry. That was not okay, and I'll try hard not to yell. It scared you, huh? Then pause, listen, and validate your child's perspective. It might sound like, you make sense. You got scared, and that is scary when someone yells at you. You don't make excuses or justify. You're modeling what you want them to do when they make a mistake. Now, after you repair, or as you repair, you're not dropping the boundary. You return to the boundary after you repair. The rule is shoes go on after breakfast. But involve the child. You ask them an open-ended question. What would help you do that next time? Or what's your plan? Repairing does not mean you give up the rule. It means taking responsibility for how you, the adult, enforced it. There's no perfect parent or perfectly behaved child. The goal is to stop unsafe behavior, repair what happened, teach the child whatever skills they're missing, acknowledge your child's efforts, and strengthen your relationship instead of having your child see you as a threat. Punishment may stop a moment. Teaching helps change what happens next.